broadcast, sharing your expertise and perspectives on Newsx. We're going to leave it there and shift our focus to some more news coming in, where External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar will embark on an official visit to Netherlands, Denmark and Germany today. This three-nation tour will span 6 days. During the visit, EAM Jaishankar will meet the leadership of the three countries and hold discussions with his counterparts on the entire gamut of bilateral relations in regional and global matters in mutual interest. This is External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar's first foreign visit after the 4-day-long military confrontation between India and Pakistan armed forces in the aftermath of the 22nd April Pahalgam terror attack that killed 26 innocent tourists. Jaishankar's visit will be an opportunity for the Indian side to brief key partners in Europe on the recent developments and India's zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism. Jaishankar is also expected to apprise his counterparts in the three nations about India's decision to launch Operation Sindoor following the Pahalgam terror attack. Now, before we move on to our discussion, let's quickly take a look at all these three places that he's going to be going to and why exactly are they significant. Let's go to the big wall over there and give you an understanding on the three locations that he is headed to. Why exactly are they important given the situation that currently exists? Why is it important? Netherlands over here, which is the home of the ICC and ICJ, the International Court, Criminal Court, as well as the International Court of Justice. Now, over here, of course, could explain India's compulsions behind suspending the IWT, the Indus Water Treaty, after Pakistan's legal action threat. This is why it's important going to Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take you through Germany, the economic aspect of it, important stop as the EU's strongest economy amidst, of course, developments that are taking place. Two-way trade surpasses $30 billion. Big moves over there. We've taken you through Netherlands, we've taken you through Germany. We're going to give you an understanding on the next country that is crucial, that's important. Denmark, important bridge for multilateral institutions. Important. This is, of course, a European outreach and a big move over here. Netherlands, Denmark are also keen to work with India on green transition schemes. So again, big developments there taking place. Let's go back, ladies and gentlemen, and take this conversation forward with someone who's going to actually expand on what we've spoken about. Joining us at this point of time is Ambassador Pradeep Kapoor, former diplomat. So thank you so much for taking out time and speaking to us on Newsx. Your expertise, sir. Why exactly is this visit important, especially considering the context in today's time?
Thank you very much, Asabri. The needle has moved a lot from the earlier stage of battling terrorism. So we have to also up the ante very significantly globally also, and particularly with respect to our partners and other countries. We have been trying to wage this battle earlier in different ways, but now I guess the time has come to do it in a way that when we discuss with these countries, when our delegations go out to these countries, whether they are parliamentary delegations led by the MPs or they are delegations led by the External Affairs Minister or other delegations led by any other minister, defense minister, or the other ministers we have, or the Prime Minister himself, it is very important to discuss the entire gamut of the terrorism aspect, particularly, besides all the other bilateral relations. Because in terrorism, as is known, Pakistan is an army with a country, and it is the epicenter of terrorism. The root cause of terrorism in many parts of the world are linked to Pakistan, as the previous Pakistani prime ministers themselves have explained in interviews, that the current, the connectivity always ends up in Pakistan, whether it's a terrorism act committed in US or in Russia or in India or in other countries. So Pakistan is a hub of terrorism. It's the home of terrorism. It's a state, of terrorism. It's not state-sponsored terrorism. It is terrorism-sponsored state. So to that extent, when we talk with other countries now, a stage has come to explain our position and to let them know that this is not just a problem for India, and it is not a problem faced by India alone. And it is high time that the world works together to deal with this problem, because the threat is not just in the region. The threat is to the whole world, to the other countries also. So till we take steps in unison, it is not going to be easy to meet this threat. So besides explaining earlier as diplomats, even delegates, we have been explaining, we have been giving a brief as to what has transpired. For example, in Pahalgam, Hindu tourists were assassinated based on their religion, and details of that and how the terrorists came from across the border, etc., etc. But that stage is now past, way past. We have to come to the point where we have to say that what do we do together? What can we do with Netherlands? What can we do with Denmark? What do they want to do? What are their thoughts on dealing with this threat? How do they want to deal with it? And how should they deal with it? And how can we collaborate to deal with it in a very firm manner? So that sort of ask by India has to be also very, very clearly enunciated, so that it is not just an explanation of the, but sort of an ask from those countries as to how they can collaborate, how they can cooperate, how they can contribute towards controlling and containing it. Because the more the number of countries which get involved, the more difficult it becomes for Pakistan to continue to perpetrate such acts in India and elsewhere in the world. Thank you, Asabri.
Absolutely, sir. With that, in fact, thank you for joining us on the broadcast, sharing your perspectives with our viewers. On that note, we're going to step into a very short break. See you in a minute.